welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL Pro League. We have an intense matchup coming up here in just a few moments. It's going to be the second map between compLexity and Rush, and it's going to be over on Inferno. Sam, going into a match like Inferno now, coming off the last map, do we see better hopes here for Rush?
Well, I don't think they could do much worse than they did last map, so probably. But the real story for me is, I've been up here. You guys always see these cue cards that they're holding, right? They play Hangman on them. That's all they do. I don't know if you guys could see this. They just play Hangman.
Hold on. Here, we can show a little bit better.
That's all they do.
Now they can take a look if we go to the...
They're just over here playing Hangman. They have loads of cue cards. They're playing Hangman, tic-tac-toe, things like that. It's ridiculous. I like this position much more than Captain.
It's just insane, man.
It is.
We're up there doing all the hard work.
It's absurd.
We're down here just relaxing, eating the free food. We didn't have time to eat our food today.
No.
It was crunch for time with that extra map. Anyway, taking a look at it, of course, Inferno sort of becoming more of an NA standard, actually. A lot of NA teams willing to adopt it. Do we think Rush is going to be ready to take on compLexity on it, or is this just going to be another, crushing match over?
I mean, I just see Rush as a team who understands their fate. They understand they're going to be... Are they going to be regulated or relegated, or just in
I'm a little bit confused as to how... I don't know exactly how it's going to work now that Winter Fox just kind of gave up. But is assuming that they just take last place by default, then I think they're not going to be out immediately, but they do have to play in relegation against the premier teams. Okay,
so we might be able to see Rush again next season. Hooray.
Well, we do have a strong Burnix segment, so it's time to throw it over him as he has a segment talking about Rush's Inferno play.
Hey guys, welcome back to Stronger Strategies. We're going to take a look at Rush on Inferno. Now, if you pause right here, it's not always about learning new strategies. Sometimes it's about fixing your mistakes. You see right here, as an NA player, I want to improve NA scene as a whole, okay? We all have to get better, and by doing this, we have to learn together, guys, all right? And by learning, I mean, look at this situation. There's 4 people from Team Rush coming back to A. It's 5-4 in their favor, so in your mind, they're thinking, okay, we have the man advantage. You don't have to play too aggressive yet. We have one person in B, which is a pretty risky spot, but you know what? That's what the strat they want to roll with. Okay, so if you look at the map, you see Lil Man kind of pushed up, A-Kiss in the pit, Blade by the Rap side, and Toy on his way to help Blade out. Now, on the timing of this is, if Lil Man dies, no one can help him out. A-Kiss is too far away. Blade is behind the smoke. So right there, the number 1 spot, Lil Man, when you're up in numbers, your teammates are rotating, maybe it's not the best idea to play aggressively by yourself. Maybe if A-Kiss was more with him, or if Lil Man was more in the bomb site, there's 2 different ways you could have done it right there. But anyways, as you can see, what really happens is A-Kiss gets flashed out, and the people from Luminosity hops out and sandwich Lil Man. And now, Toy and Blade can't help A-Kiss because he's stuck in the pit. 2 picks off right away with submachine guns. They had rifles, and they just got taken out long submachine guns, and they went from a 5-on-4 situation to a 2-on-4 situation. So I guess the lesson take from this, guys, ladies and gents, is that you're up in numbers. Cut down on the risky plays. Play pass, play together, play crossfires, sit back and pit, do whatever, because they can't plant the bomb site in the middle of ramp coming up to A. They have to come to the bomb site. So use the range, use the angles. If they coming out halls, make them look left or right, not just straight forward on you. So lesson learned, Rush. Hopefully you can capitalize on this and improve. Dabba dabba, back to you, Stunner.
Eric's a little bit behind the times over there, so just catching up. That's the day's festivity. He spends a lot of time outside, so yeah.
You can tell by his tan.
Well, we're about to go live in this match, so Days, let's get some final predictions rolling here. Who do you think is going to take this one?
I think compLexity will definitely win. By the way, I knew exactly what Vendetta was talking about with the goats. I've been watching Planet Earth. It is incredible what these animals do. It's insane. Yeah. With the mountain goats,
you've seen that stuff?
They're crawling on walls. Yeah.
Like extreme sports athletes.
Yes, it's crazy. Like even the little babies, they get born up there. Like 10 minutes after they're born. Yeah, 10 minutes after they're born, they have to descend like 30 miles of like just 90-degree cliffs.
Want to help us talk a little bit more on this? Let's bring in the casters. Almost an analyst.
I mean, like it's true. Well, it's true. Just to continue on to
what do these guys have?
No, but it's literally just like like the strength, like the width of it is literally this big, and they go stand on it. It's like, there we go. It's not a lot of ground to stand on.
Agility at its finest. Let's get into this matchup. Sure to be a sight for sore eyes in Counter-Strike here as we do get into the first opening round here on Inferno and compLexity. Trying to take full control of Banana, run right up, running into pretty stiff resistance, but you got to hit a shot to be resistance at all, right? So that would be part of the equation there. Right now, 2 versus 2, Surreal real hurt with bomb in hand. We are going to see him able to, well, I guess he could get the bomb down technically.
He could, he should.
But we're going to re-aggress Banana and fall to Ruru and Toy. So a thrown round there by compLexity. Very much, I think, something they could have had in their favor, given all the missed opportunities in the very beginning of the round on the Banana side.
Well, I mean, they definitely could have done a lot more out of that, or gotten more out of that round. Similar to what we saw Rush on Cobble, they had a solid opportunity to actually get a bomb plant down. Same thing with compLexity here. Instead, they decided to re-aggress towards Banana. I can understand it if you want to try to, equalize the numbers, but they still end up going into that 2v3 one by one. So they don't actually wait for each other and get into a position where they could trade at least. So well, just a bit of a lost opportunity for compLexity.
Just like a team that has won pistol round, they will be buying up all umps, all on the Rush side with full head armor. Now an interesting situation for compLexity to find themselves. They have to try to find a pick, work a direction, and not just get overran by these umps or round a corner and just get blasted on.
Yeah, and it seems like they want to go towards Banana. They do have a Molotov and 2 smokes, so they could set up for actually a pretty decent A execute here, especially with how passive Rush is set up right now. So they will be able to get both of the both smokes and a Molotov into new boxes if they want to.
compLexity working their way up, about to make this B hit, bomb in hand, all 5 members there to aggress this Banana side over into the B bomb site. Blade waiting though, boosted up on top of the box. They're going to elect to molly out Closet there. And now here comes the hit through a smoke, per usual, in CSGO. Silent picking up 1, Blade also chiming in with 2, so we got 2 kills over there on that side. Depp able to get 2, and now we're going to see a bomb plant there for Team compLexity. So not all is lost for Team compLexity. Yeah. They're able to get the bomb down, they're able to get the money, and barring any miracle, Depp most likely will lose this round.
Yeah, honestly, all Depp has to do in this kind of position is go for a one-and-done position, which is obviously normally what you not what you want to do, but the odds of him winning this round is pretty much 0. So if he can get one more Rush player to go down with him, this is going to be wonderful, really. They got the bomb plant. They've killed 2 players. Potentially 3. No connection made there. Toy takes a little bit of damage, but...
And dead. Akish takes him down. That's going to be the last member of compLexity falling. And we do see an expected round win there for Team Rush.
Yeah, could have gotten very hairy, though. Silent doesn't pick up 2 frags as they push it towards that bomb site. He gets taken out immediately, pretty much, because he is caught out a little bit of out of position because he tries to go through the smoke. And I think it was, it was Blade who was playing on top of the boxes. Didn't necessarily play in such a forward position that he could help Silent the entire time. So if those frags go a little bit differently, obviously, compLexity with the golden opportunity. But getting the bomb plant down, that's still going to set them up pretty decently going into round 4.
Still not a buy round here for compLexity, however. We do see pistols up on their side and head armor on depth. So right now they're looking to get a pick anywhere they can to try to open up the round, but they're congregating most of their forces at mid, so it's looking like a little bit of a setup here to go towards that wrap side. They don't know to check left, and Toy any second now getting the kill, getting 1. Can he get 2 before he gets hurt? No, he does grab 2. Depth's going to take him down, though. So all in all, Toy could have been able to grab more kills there. However, that is just not the way that's shaped up to be. Now, if you're Team compLexity, you find yourself kind of stalled out. Not a whole lot of motion being made, just kind of waiting for Rush to really mess up here. Depp peeking that arch side, and we do see the bomb favored towards the porch side.
Yeah, Ruru's going to spot out 1 on, not before Hekies actually finds Android. So 1 kill for Ruru on Surreal, and that leaves Def alone with that Tech 9. Doesn't have the bomb in hand either. Might be able to find Akis here, though. No, not going to happen. So Akis closes it out.
Not today.
Not today, but Rush obviously pretty much countering the idea that compLexity had. They wanted to set up for a pop flash through the smoke in mid, which you've seen actually quite a few teams here in Pro League do. Ever since we started to see more and more Inferno being played. And normally if you're playing against a solo wrap defender, that's actually really effective. You can usually get that frag with an equal trade and then actually wrap around side and squeeze in on the 2 remaining CT side players. But in this case with a double setup there, does work out nicely for Rush.
first gun round here for Team complexity. A very crucial one unless they want to have a very long T-half here on D Inferno. 3-0 right now for Rush. We do see Banana being contested by both sides. Android going to try to get a little bit of a drop there, but no, Blade's not going to be having any of that. Takes him down with the ump, and it looks like the pressure's coming in hard there. The whole battle being fought over Banana, and ultimately no progress being made from complexity there. They find themselves kind of stuck and not really any determined direction to go for that side.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of opportunities lost there for from complexity. Definitely should have been able to find Blade because he throws a pretty poor pop flash, honestly. And it's Banana, which is easily ducked, but at the same time he's able to find the shot. But definitely should have been able to find a favorable trade for complexity in that situation, especially given how much damage they'd done to them with nades initially. But you know, there is some luck smiling their way. Dizzy's been able to make his way into CT spawner, and if he, well, yeah, it doesn't really matter what decision he decides to make. He's going to decide actually to go towards that B bomb site to sniff out the last remaining defender here, which is Akis towards Coils. Now it's all on to Slimy just to not show himself at all. So
we definitely have a pinch maneuver here from Team Complexity. Do have the bomb in hand, 2 versus 3, and they're going to elect to go to that B side. So perhaps Desi gets this kill here, really does open up the site. They're going to be able to get the bomb down. Right now the rotation is going to be coming in with a swiftness from the Rush over from the A side. So right now it'll be interesting to see how they set up to defend this planted bomb. 2 versus 2, a kit in the hand of Ruru. Dabba dabba doo. My name is, nah, forget it, I tried.
That's Bow Wow. EPO, EPA.
No, I was thinking about Eric. You just said dabba dabba doo, back to you, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go. The take is on from the CT side. Ruru and Toy trying to get back in that B bomb site and get this defuse in. However, it is pretty much on lockdown right now from Slimmy and Desi. We do see the Molotov come out there on top of the plant. And Desi's going to elect to push through that back hall area, try to get this kill. Does get a kill on Ruru, leaving up now up to Toy to take out Desi and Slimmy. And it looks like he's going to elect to save running down Banana. That round, the first round for Team Complexity.
Yeah. I know, again, just a bit unfortunate situation for Rush, the fact that Desi's able to sneak through and wrap in that 2v3 situation, and pretty much regardless of what he does in that scenario, if he decides to wrap around towards Library to find Toy or decides to go towards the B bomb site to find Akis, he's most likely going to set Complexity up in a favorable situation just because he gets around that corner in due time. So, you know, even off the back of a bit of a wonky banana control attempt from Complexity, they still win the round.
Yeah, and we're going to see them now. Full guns, you know, not electing to op at all, but Silent is going to have that AWP posted up there on the Banana side of things. Yeah. So right now, Banana's on lockdown. Rush knows that there hasn't really been a whole lot of presence there, but definitely making their force known here in the A-Hall side of things. So it'll be interesting to see how, at the end of the round, Complexity chooses, or which side they choose to go to here, given all the presence they've made known on the A side.
Yeah, given how it's like you mentioned, given how little presence they've shown towards Banana early on, I'm actually not expecting them to do a whole lot unless they want to commit more utility towards it. We do have, I think it's Android, just like casually making his way up Banana a little bit, but he can very easily get picked off by Silent. And I think that's why you see the right decision made by Rush to stack up with more players towards that A-bomb site.
Well, all that separates now are a few smokes there from the Rush side. Silent picking up a big kill on Android with the AWP to really shut down any hopes, aspirations he had of running up Banana and shooting from the backside. But we are going to see them run up the porch there with the bomb and look for the plant. The bomb site is in full control of Team Complexity, and right now the retake will be on from Team Rush. We do see one kit over there on the CT side. So the hit is on. Silent's going to even up the numbers, 3 versus 3, taking down Depp. And now if he can get another pick, he's going to set his team up for a really good positioning in terms of the retake. We do have 1 player in the pit and 2 in sight. Silent holding angle. Daisy picking up a kill on Blade. So now it looks like a save from Team Rush.
Yeah, honestly, I think it should have been a save from the get-go. You allow them to get the A-bomb site with 4 players alive. Even though Silent does get that frag on the guy on site, it doesn't really do much for you. You still have to fight through multiple positions that you can't really clear out because you don't have enough utility to actually create that kind of a space for yourself. Yeah, you have a smoke that you can put down one where, and they had 1 Molotov as well, but that's still just going to clear out 2 out of potentially 5 different angles that you need to check as you move on to that site. And with none of them actually wrapping around through quad, again, it just becomes a very easy hold for compLexity. So they lose weapons unnecessarily, but I guess in the end they do manage to hold on to at least.
Well, even looking at this compLexity, comparing it to Cobble, compLexity definitely found themselves on Cobble, finding themselves with a lot of confidence, playing that no respect Counter-Strike, really getting aggressive, making those extremity pushes that give them all the information they need to really just kind of backstab Rush. Now here we do see them kind of in a little bit more pressure on them than the entirety of Cobble.
Yeah, no, that is true. They're getting fought back at least, but Blade gonna get caught out by a Molotov. That's a terrible way to die, but nicely set up from compLexity with the flash and the molly there.
That would be a pretty terrible way to die. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably like that. Yeah, well, yeah. Not to talk too much about death, but that's probably one of the worst ways to go.
I think honestly, getting buried alive or being lost at sea would probably be the worst.
Yeah, drowning. Yeah.
I don't even know about drowning. I guess eventually you would, but
yeah,
like being stuck out there, stranded,
knowing what's about to come. Yeah.
Yeah, you know the Kraken hangs out at the bottom of the ocean. So
there's way too much that we don't know about the ocean.
Oh, by
that's
far.
Terrifying.
Well, we do see the stack up there on the banana side of things. They're going to use their mollies, going to use some utility to try to flush out this B hit or sniff it out. Silent over there with the AWP. With Toy trying to hold down the side. Akis going to take off Desi. So right now, compLexity with their back against the wall are going to have to make this B hit happen. Silent going to go ahead and try to smoke it off one more time to deter the hit. Just a little bit longer, 40 seconds left on the clock. And waiting through the smoke, there they go. CSGO, they're going to run right through. Silent picking up a kill, Surreal picking up one as well. 3 versus 3. And right now the bomb will be planted by Team compLexity. As Slimmy does look to put a little bit of pressure on that back wall where the AWP was playing. Smoke's in place still towards CT. They have faded. So now you want to steer clear. You don't want to get opt. You want to play this smart and maybe even a contact. I don't even know if that molly landed. That
hit something.
Android getting a kill on Akis. Slimmy picking up one. Ruru coming in 1-2 with the ump. Now it's all up to him in a 1 versus 1 against Android. Not going to happen. Ruru falls to the hands of Android. So we're going to see a tie ball game at 3-3.
Yeah, what I'd like to see in Rush actually like put up a bit more of a fight on that B bomb side instead of just being happy with getting the equal trade as the push actually happens, because they had limited utility. They actually wasted one of the Molotovs that they had by throwing it directly where one of their teammates threw the smoke and T-spawn. So definitely would have liked to see that being done better by compLexity, but also that would have been an excellent opportunity for Rush to actually go back for multiple frags, because they on their end didn't really have too much utility to actually attempt that retake with. They only had one molly that they used for, well, it was meant to be new boxes, but didn't really pan out.
Well, Surreal opening things up there for compLexity, getting the first kill. We do see the aggression by Rush. In fact, we do see one kill come out from Toy, but not before that entire idea is destroyed. One player left on Team Rush. Akis hiding out with his USP in the B-bomb site. Ever so lonely. Will compLexity work their way up mid with no resistance whatsoever? Akis probably elect to find a gun here and take it out of the equation, kind of save it for next round, where we should see a buy, I believe, come out for Team Rush.
Yeah, if we look at the money right now, yeah, there we have it. They're going to be able to buy up regardless in the upcoming round, but obviously there's some money saved there if he wants to stick to that UMP. And I guess, it's better than the alternative option here, which is pretty much just running in somewhere and dying. I guess he could go for an exit frag in the sense that, could get the money bonus to work his way.
Surreal reads this, and now they have that information. They know that he's not going to be going for it. They know that he's going to be saving. They're going to go down there and try to take that gun away from him, most likely. It's just an ump, but in this game, in this day and age, an ump is definitely more than enough to do all the work you need to do, and that's not going to be very long-lived. Slimmy's going to take him out, close the round out for compLexity. compLexity now up 4-3 here on their T side on Inferno. And not a whole lot of, once they're getting rolling with these weapons, it seems as though things could be going in their favor. Already a better showing from Rush than on Cobble.
Yeah, well, it's like Sam said, it's hard to see them doing any worse than what they did on Cobble, and I think that was accurate. So they win pistol, right, and then already set themselves up in a better position.
Yep.
As of right now, I do still think there's hope for them getting a couple of more rounds. One issue, though, they don't have an op on Silent, so doing the similar setup where they have, an op post up alone towards the B-bomb side is going to be a little bit tougher to do, and maybe they don't feel as confident just having a guy with the Colt doing the same thing. So we'll see how that pans out for them. They do play out fairly aggressively in Banana, though.
Yeah, they're definitely taking Banana control right now. Team Rush in full control of it right now, with playing off that smoke, able to clear it all out. And they're really going to be up in the face if your team compLexity. You're going to have to re-aggress and re-clear Banana. But right now they're really favoring over there that top alt mid and Hall side of things, even though they've put really nobody over there. We do see Toy holding that wrap side, and flashes are coming out. Could be catching them with their pants down at top mid, but they're going to elect to fall back. So right now, compLexity, it seems as though they're able to put them on their back foot pretty easily. Yeah, when they aggress in direction.
And normally I would be okay with this this move from Rush if they hadn't actually stuck with 2 players and Banana. And this is one of the issues they have. The fact that they're not confident in actually just having a solo defender on that bomb site, because right now compLexity are just they're going for contact picks instead of just using all their utility to do kind of a half-assed execute. But it might still work out because there's only 3 players defending on that A bomb site. And Def doing something which I think I want to say it's G2 has done this on Inferno as well.
Well, the hit is on now. Android picking up the first kill on Blade. Slimmy coming in 1. Surreal also chiming in with AWP on Ruru, as well as a Tech Nina kill over on Akis. So now up to Silent in 4 in hand. No kit, no head armor. Things are looking just a little dismal. Slimmy hurt in the sight along with Android. And there it is. Surreal closes out the round with the AWP kill on Silent. So a 5-3 scoreline here for Team compLexity.
Yeah, Surreal's been playing well these 2 games so far. Had a lot of opening frags on Cobble. And doing pretty well for himself with an op, even though, you know, he has to be kind of mobile as they move up towards these sides. But again, Rush, again, just making a poor play. I think it's poor decision-making, really, to stick with 2 people in Banana for that long. There's no real reason to do it. Nobody's ever done it for a multitude of reasons, so I don't know, trying to innovate in the wrong way.
Trying to innovate in the wrong way. We do see a quick Banana push there from compLexity. They're going to go ahead and use their utility and see what they can pull out from the ecoed up Rush side of the equation.
Well, so far bait out 1 smoke, 1 out of the 2 smokes that the Rush side had in total. So that is something going their way. And it's going to take a little bit of nade damage there. Not too much to really worry about, but
as these smokes fade, it is definitely going to be on. The bomb's still over there towards middle, though, able to traverse over to the other site should the opening present itself. But if he peeks mid a little much, he could have a little bit of a problem here. Desi trying to work his way into the B site. Gonna get tagged a little bit there from Silent. But at this point, keeping that pressure, keeping that presence over there on the B side of the map, definitely helping the cause of running the bomb up middle, which is what we see right now. Desi picking up 1, Dep picking up 1, Surreal also picking up 1. So just like that, a 4 versus 2 scenario here for Team compLexity. Toy left all by his lonesome with a 250 in hand. Not going to be lived for very long.
Yeah, and well, again, compLexity just playing, you know, when they know they're up against a team that's bought, or not bought, I guess, when they're not at the same level in terms of equipment. They just got to slow things down, play it safe, and that's kind of what you want to see out of these teams. Use your utility, use your nades and whatnot to clear out awkward angles, go in together so you get the trades. That's what we see on the B bomb side, and they do find success with it. And that's just how you're supposed to run all of your anti-eco rounds, pretty much.
Well, you see Surreal there with a massive impact with his AWP. I think it would be good to see Silent also get into the game with his.
Yeah.
Maybe at this point, if you're Rush, take some risks.
But right? Yeah, so now with him having that off, they do post him up as a solo B defender. This is kind of what we wanted to see the entire time, especially because compLexity hasn't really shown any sort of inkling or any sort of wish to go for early banana control a lot of these rounds. So Rush can actually, you know, identify that and get aggressive in banana without having to use too much utility, which again makes it a lot easier for Silent afterwards. And well, with 4 plays towards that A bomb site, this could potentially go very well for Rush as Akis finds the first frag onto Def.
The first frag going on to Dep there. Akis really making the numbers in favor of Rush, but not too heavily is the seesaw. Not too heavy is the seesaw, I suppose. Either way, Silent still with the AWP. Absolutely Silent with it in this round, but not that anything, I think, has even come his way. So we're looking good in that fashion. We're looking at a wrap hit here from compLexity. If they can work their way around, they're going to see some resistance over there towards the Arch and Moto side of things, but they're going to like to use some utility. Android picking up a quick kill on Blade, which really does help to open up things. Gives compLexity options to move about, even into T-spawn. Toy struggling there, but finally closing out the kill on Surreal. Now setting up for a just all over the place compLexity right now. Desi is the only man left alive. Picks up Akis before getting taken out by Ruru. And so we're going to see another round go to Team Rush. 6-4 is your scoreline.
Honestly, well, a bit of a misplay from both sides there. First off, compLexity should realize that when they kill Blade, that's the guy who has been playing the B bomb side pretty much every single round up to this point. So you should have, you know, the presence of mind to realize that that means there's only one guy left towards B most likely. In most scenarios, that would be the case, and that's going to be Silent. So with them having the opening in towards CT spawn, the rest of the guys who are not fully committed towards A can actually fall back, start putting pressure on Banana, see if they can, you know, either push Silent back. If he's not there, then again they can pinch in on him, similar to what we saw Desi do in the first buy round that they had, and they could have probably had a much better chance of getting around instead of wrapping around from library and running into multiple complexity players.
Well, Silent now spotting out this B hit, sniffing it out. He knows if he repeaks, he's got to take that hit. He avoids a molly, but definitely gets taken down by Surreal. So now in a 4 versus 5. It looks as though Banana is in complete control of Team complexity. Now have options. They've also worked their way up towards the Hall side of things here on the A side. So if they were to swing back down Banana and hit A, which is looking like what they're going to do,
yeah,
they definitely have the wrap side all the way open. Akis and Ruru set up to defend.
Oh, no, Akis is expecting this, but seeing how Def and Desi somehow don't manage to actually jump on top of each other, it's not going to come to fruition, but they're going to start to go through that wrap side again, and we can see the rotation coming in from Rush as well, but he's going to basically just post up behind the smoke here, so it's still a lot of opportunity for complexity here.
There it is. Slimmy coming out, hitting a nice headshot onto Ruru. It's now Toy in the sight. No, excuse me, Toy towards the smoke there at Library. Not going to do much of anything, though. Android and Dep coming in and getting those kills. Blade grabbing the AWP, Hall and Tail towards B. And that's going to be another round for Team Complexity. I think it's very important for him to be able to save this AWP, but the odds of that, I don't think they're going to let it fly.
Yeah, exactly. They shouldn't let it fly, and they should, again, realize the situation they find themselves in. Complexity pretty much straight off the bat, the second they plant, they should be running and spreading out all over the map. They shouldn't wait until this point, until they realize that Blade is not, surprisingly, going for that 1-on-4. So not really sure what that was all about. And because of that, Blade actually might be able to save this weapon. We'll see how it pans out. Only 2 players actually going towards Banana area as well. Or beat.
Here comes your frag level.
They're actually not pointing it. Why are they not going in? Okay, show me the money. Okay, give me Jerry Maguire. Look at how much money there's on the complexity side. Why in God's name are they not just hunting him down? He's saving it up.
Yeah, look at this right here. And I mean, even in this situation, I think, you know, Toy not getting those kills right there definitely put them on the back foot. 7-4 right now. Complexity in command of the lead here, and it's going to be a save round for Team Rush with pistols and 1 AWP on Blade. Yeah, Surreal picking mid as usual.
But again, it's you know, 2 players on that B bomb site for ooh, that probably should have been a kill. Nonetheless, 17 HP on Blade. But yeah, it's again, Rush having 2 players on that B bomb site weakens the A defense so significantly when they go a man down that it creates space for them to get around Rap and Toy. Even though he makes the rotation, it's just that little bit too late. And Blade really needs to like figure out how the angles work on this map, because he got caught out a couple of rounds ago in Rap as well, or you know, over by Valve.
But meanwhile, no resistance at B. They're going to get the bomb down. And if you're Rush, I mean, at this point, let's bring the op off the front lines, and then the rest of you guys, well, you don't have armor. You don't have anything else.
Honestly, just Operation Meat Shield. Just stick up, you know, find out where Ruru is, just cover him. Be on the extremities, just kind of be, yeah. Be like bear traps, pretty much. Like, when you start screaming because you're getting shot, Ruru knows to look in that direction. That's pretty much how you play it out. All right, I actually find a frag as well. It's going to get returned pretty quickly, but still information gained as well.
Regardless, 8-4 there for Complexity, and they really want to get that op out of the hands of Ruru, and they do successfully. Android takes him out. So right now, Complexity sitting in a pretty commanding situation, or excuse me, a pretty commanding seat going forward in this matchup on their T side.
They definitely do. Well, Rush on their end pretty much haven't gotten anything done since winning pistols. Yeah, they have one, you know, a one-off round with weapons, but that's pretty much all they have to write home about. Desi on his end, buying up a Mac 10 because he's aware of what kind of economical situation Rush find themselves in. And he's going to try to take advantage of that as well. Silent? Okay, yeah, he's going to move back in. Kind of surprised by the fact that he decided to go back behind sandbags without, you know, having a teammate there.
Well, full-on eco right here for Team Rush. We do see 4 P250s and a CZ. Android's going to pick up that first kill on Silent, spraying through the smoke, trying to get a second one. Not going to be successful in doing that. So now a 4 versus 5, as we do actually see him chime in, take down Blade. And, you know, this is kind of how you forecast an eco round going.
Yep.
But every now and then, I think on these ecos, you have to get crafty. You know, you have to get creative, catch the opponent off guard.
I think also in the case if you're in the situation where Rush find themselves in, where well you're not necessarily winning the individual battles either, you're not favored in them at any given point during the game. Just take risks, yeah. Like stack up 5 on towards one bomb site. Go aggressive here and there, you know, with a kind of a tag team or something like that, and see, you know, if you can find someone not paying attention necessarily, but just sitting back and allowing a complexity to do whatever they want to you, that's rarely going to pan out.
Yeah, I mean, stick 5 people in the ditch and middle. Stick 5 people in the kitchen up in the apartment.
Honestly,
why not?
Yeah. You know,
Cats and dogs
there's
living together.
Power's in numbers, right? Power in numbers. So I feel like that's the approach that Rush needs to apply, because right now not a whole lot is working for them. And well, Ruru gets taken out as well, and everybody survives on the side of complexity. So now they have so much money. I mean, if they don't hunt everyone they see from this point out, I'm gonna be.
You're gonna be a little tilted. Is that what you're saying?
A little bit.
Well,
I'm gonna be like that HLAE cam, which just like spins around. That's
it just spins the whole time.
That's how tilted I'll get.
Depth coming in 13 frags strong over on the complexity side, 9-4 in favor of complexity. We do see the nade come out in the middle, as I think every round we've seen that, but. Now in a situation where complexity can make their way up banana, all the room to run, the freedom to work with, and here comes the Molotovs out. Silent's going to
go aggressive position to go with an op.
With the AWP, he's going to lurk out, get that guy on Android.
Where's the follow-up though from complexity?
You know what? It don't matter. We out. Get out of there, Silent. There we go. Silent picks up a second, maybe going for a third, trying to wall one down. Not going to be successful in that. Surreal, Slimmy, and Desi now left to get the bomb down here for the team complexity. Over on the terrace side, as they've worked their way up banana. They do have one player in halls, however, trying to get a sneak kill out, is one might call it on my mixtape I'm dropping soon. I'm kidding. He's gonna. I think he sees the barrel. No, he doesn't. He's unaware. Desi. Oh no, Desi getting 2 big kills there before dying to Toy. So now with that information, Team Complexity are going to haul tail back down banana and run up the porch side here on the A site. Going to find a little bit of resistance, though, in Toy, as he's posted up in the back site with an M4. 20 bullets in hand. He's going to use a few of them. Trying to take down Surreal as they aggress into the site. Not going to be successful.
Hello?
Blade takes down 1, hits 2, saves the life of Toy, and that's going to be another round there for Team Rush.
I have no idea how Slimmy doesn't get that kill. Like, about 4 times over.
4 times over.
But yeah, Silent taking a big risk there, though. Kind of isolating himself behind the Molotov. Wants to stay with an aggressive position. Just goes into position behind sandbags with the op there. Could have very easily been traded out, actually. And we saw Blade getting caught out in that position with the Molly as well. So if complexity have been able to set that up in a similar fashion, could have been the end very quickly for the Rush side. But they do get around, mainly off of the back of the 2 frags that Silent finds in banana.
Last round of the half here, commanding driver seat for Team Complexity, and as I say that, Depp falls to Akis. Desi struggling, but does find the kill there on Ruru with the AK, so a 4 versus 4. Correction, Toy's going to pick up now a kill on Surreal, so make that a 4 versus 3. Android, Slimmy, and Desi yet again to try to get a bomb plant. Ooh. Desi chiming in with a kill on Akis to bring in the numbers even to 3-3.
Why though, Akis? I was about to give Rush props. They play aggressively. They find an advantageous trade. They go up a man, and Akis just continuously plays aggressive, throwing away that man advantage. So, kudos.
Well, we're going to see them work towards that wrap side now with little to 0 resistance as long as no one peeks right here.
Oh, the timing on this.
There it is. There it is. Can Desi get the second kill? Yes, he does. He does shut down Blade. So now we do have an AWP on Silent and a Toy with an M4. As we're going to see the bomb planted on the A side of things. Toy coming out that apartment is going to get mollied off, though. It's going to slow them down tremendously as the rotation comes in there from CT spawn. So now the retake is on his last round of the half. Rush have to go for this. And in all intents and purposes, it better be a clean retake or they're going to find themselves in trouble. Yeah. Silent posting up, looking for a kill with the AWP there towards the library side. Android's going to take the first kill in the bout, though, taking down Toy. A nice wall bang there. Excuse me, a headshot from Silent as he looks to get the second kill on Slimmy. Does not happen. Slimmy takes him out. 10-5 half for Team Complexity here on the Inferno. And you know what? We're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come right back, we're going to see if Team Rush can put up any more of a fight.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Legion Lenovo, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here for the second half between Team compLexity and Team Rush. We're going to be going into the pistol round here shortly, but right now, compLexity sitting in the driver's seat, able to walk away with this one, provided they grab this pistol round.
Yeah, compLexity in a pretty good, pretty commanding position, honestly. Not the same kind of comfort level as you saw on Cobble, obviously. That was a bit of a different story, but still, going into this with double figures from the T side, it has to feel pretty good.
Has to feel pretty good on the compLexity side of things, and like we said a minute ago, they definitely put a blasting down on this Rush team on Cobble. So
yeah,
looking like Team Rush is gonna choose to go up middle there slowly, but at a steady pace, as there are two people left there on the compLexity side to defend that A bomb site.
Wow. Consider, well, this might just, well, if they're going off of contact, that's pretty cool, but they do have a flash as well. I'm kind of curious where they're going to use their utility here in this kind of situation. I'm actually just going to go off of contact, and this could very well catch compLexity off, given the defensive positioning towards Rap side. Yeah,
Slimmy playing that Rap side over there towards Moto. He has no idea that they're running up Rap now, 4 deep with 1 over on Porch. Surreal looking to grab one, does grab one. Toy replies on compLexity there, able to take out one as well. So actually, as Android chimes in, bringing it down to a 3 versus 4. They do have site control. They are going to be able to get that bomb down. Going to help them out tremendously going into that next round. Android taking down Ruru. Now up to Akis and Blade to defend this bomb plant from the 4 invaders over on the compLexity side. Blade trying to get at least one before falling. Not going to happen. Dep's going to take out Blade. Android taking out Akis. And we're going to see a full defuse come in here for Team compLexity.
Honestly, though, like, you know, if you look at, you know, aside from how poorly Rush has played, you know, well, most rounds, let's be honest. But, like, their pistol rounds, they actually have, like, some cool ideas of what they want to do. Like, some pretty neat strategies, honestly. It's just a matter of, you know, nailing the execution a bit better, or just having individuals actually hit their shots. But for the better part, the ideas they have for pistol rounds is actually quite creative, which is fun to see. But sadly, it just kind of stops there. Like, everything else we see, not that great. But, you know, they got pistols going for them at least.
That's good. I mean,
got to look at the positives, right?
Pistols can propel you to new heights here in the Pro League.
Definitely can. Well, if you win them, right?
Yes, if you win them.
Yeah.
Of course. Desi getting a little bit of aggressive there with the up over on the Banana side of things. They're going to fall back. They're going to see that pressure coming up Banana and choose to give it up full control to Team Rush, who have brought 4 up Banana. 1 there slowly working his way as Banana as well. Middle. We see 1 flash over on the Rush side, which will certainly be used to make this hit as the smoke comes out from depth in an effort to slow them down. So well, they're just going to go for it. Here comes the flash. Desi's boosted up. Will probably grab at least 1 before actually make that 1. Dep grabs 2 and 3, and then Desi closes it out. So a quick mop up there from Team compLexity brings the scoreline to 12-5 as they have no problem holding down B site on Inferno.
That was like the ultimate Hail Mary flash that they were hoping for right there. Doesn't flash anyone at all.
It flashed one of their teammates.
Yeah, no, if anything, if it flashed anything, it was 100% another guy on Rush. Like, it was not even close to flashing anyone. Obviously, that's unfortunate from, you know, in terms of positioning. If compLexity plays close up like they did initially, then that flash would have caught out at least some people, but yeah.
So bringing that there. Going back to the drawing board, Rush is going to, we're going to see their first buy round come out here.
Yeah,
all AKs as they spread out across the A side of the map. A lot of B aggression here from compLexity, taking banana control. They're going to fall back. They didn't quite get the fight I think they anticipated down there. And they didn't want to full commit going all the way into middle either because, you know, what's the point? Why open the door and just run through, right? But Desi's going to hang out. He wants to battle a little bit. He's actually getting quite a bit of damage there on the Blade, bringing him down to about half health.
Definitely a worthwhile trade there. And again, see, now you see what compLexity doing what we didn't see Rush do whenever they didn't have an op and the Hands of Silence. Because whenever they had rifles, they committed to having 2 people on B. Even when they played aggressively as well. Instead, compLexity are making the correct choice right here, which is leaving Desi alone. The only downside is that he doesn't have utility right now. I think they probably could have worked that out better. I guess it, you know, will be easier once they get the definite full buys in.
Well, there we go. Desi picking up a kill on the Blade to make this an ever so harder challenge over for the Rush side of things. And they were staging a middle. They wanted to make that mid A hit. Now they're going to go back down to banana where they're going to have resistance from only 1 member of Team compLexity, but they're taking it really slow. So now we're going to see that rotator also go over to the B side. Now compLexity set up in a good spot.
Ooh,
not good enough of a spot for Depth, though, as he does fall to Ruru's AK. And now the hit is on the B site. Toy picking up that opening entry frag there on to Desi. And Slimmy going to be trying to do something. Does take down 1 before getting just pounced on by Toy, really and truly. 9 seconds left on the clock, but should be no problem getting the bomb down. 2 members of Rush very hurt. So right now, a defensive pattern here set up for Rush. And the best that they can do, it looks like they're going to double emo. But right now, a Molotov on the hands of Android. He's going to elect to use that there towards the back of
New boxes, yeah.
It's been a while.
Surveillance kind of wrapping around. Android gets
there we go.
Caught out a little bit. They're probably not going to expect Silent, though, to be the second guy in emo corner. Actually, do they?
Oldest trick in the book. Everybody knows that.
Okay. Apparently people know that, too.
Well, yeah,
Android just knows people are around corners. I guess, you know, given how he hadn't met any resistance, it's fair to assume that somebody's been playing from banana, but really nice shot nonetheless, and probably a round that they... Well, it started out as a round they definitely should win, and turns into a really tough afterplant position, but they still make it happen. So right now, everything going the way of compLexity. I'm honestly surprised that they allowed for Rush to even get into the B bomb set that easily, because they do make the rotation back in towards B, so they have the right amount of players on the bomb side as the execute hit. Just Desi playing a too passive of a position, honestly, from Coffin, really, to be able to stop anyone coming in there. But it's going to continue on with the aggression. He dies.
That is actually what happened.
That is what happened.
It's weird how that worked. Android holding down the A-halls pretty easily. Little as you know, there's 3 members of Rush stacked up on the other side of that smoke, ready to bust through. He is going to throw that nade, though. Could do a lot of damage, and absolutely not. Only does 40. So, with that being said, Android left there to defend that halls. The bomb's hanging out middle. compLexity knows that there's nobody in banana. They've pushed all the way up to banana, nothing there. And right now the hit is on. Android's going to drop that Molotov to really slow down that to a complete halt, as he does burn out Akis and bring us to a 5 versus 3 in the favor of compLexity. Slimmy holding that wrap side. Peaks just trying to take down Blade. Not going to happen. He falls to the hands of Toids. So 3-3 number game here. And the hit is on yet again. It looks like they've regrouped. They're trying to get in the site again.
What are you
picking
doing?
Up 1-2, taking down both player from Rap. Ruru picking up a kill on Surreal before falling to the hands of Android.
What the hell?
That's going to be the round in favor of Team compLexity, 14-5.
So they know they're going into that site 2v3. Or no, 3v2. They have 2 flashes left. One of those flashes is in quad side. One of the flashes is on the guy behind the smoke in Arch. Instead of using any of those nades to potentially flash out pit, flash out towards site, flash literally anywhere in the entire world, they decide to do a friggin' tower behind the smoke for no good reason.
Well, check this out. They're going to put a lot of pressure up there on banana right now, using a lot of utility to kind of gain control of that. Blade pushed up very far, but not getting mollied out. He's going to go through that smoke and get punished for it. Blade's going to fall in the hands of Depp. So now it's Rush making the call to continue to aggress and try to take banana control with 2 members of their team. The other 2 over there towards the A side of things. We see a smoke come out from Team compLexity, a little bit deeper than they are, but it does not matter, ladies and gentlemen. Android, Desi, and Depp really mopping up here this Rush side. And Akis is going to peek that boiler room area. Smoke off middle. Little does he know there's someone waiting on the other side of the smoke. He knows about it now. Gets hurt down to 3 HP. Sprays through the smoke. to little to no effect at all whatsoever, just trying to fight for his life. Android shutting him down. It's match points complexity, 15-5.
Yeah, and not too surprisingly, not the greatest of buys is going to be able to come in for Rush in the final round, or potentially final round, I should say. And from what we've seen out of complexity, really, how they play these rounds where they have the advantage in terms of utility and just economy in general, I do find it very unlikely to see Rush climbing back from this. Get a fair bit of utility, as some of them do opt for that UMP instead of an AK.
Now we see Rush, choosing to put a lot of emphasis on middle, knowing that they're losing that fight in Banana. And even right now, if they were to push Banana, it's going to be a rough one for you.
Let's be honest, they're losing their fight everywhere.
Hey,
like, literally everywhere.
Hey, man, you know what you said. Try until you're dead, right?
Yeah, no, yeah. As long as you have a pulse, keep trying. But
we do see a sort of set piece being set up, sort of a Hail Mary of a smoke right there, if you think about the situation and the parameters of it. Molotov coming out there for Slimmy over on the Rap side to try to push back on this push.
complexity.
But little do they know it. Desi picking up one, Android picking up one. Desi's going to fall to Akis, though. And now all up to Blade, Akis, and Toy to try to do something to salvage this round for Team Complexity, or excuse me, for Team Rush, who are most definitely losing in the numbers game, both in-game
everywhere
and on the season at this point.
Yeah. Well, and the aggressive push down Banana, again, spells disaster for them. Blade does manage to pick up the bump. He has smoked off mid, so he feels somewhat safe from death here to move around. But he's going to run into Surreal, and that leaves Toy, the final hope, or bastion of hope for Rush.
Toy going to peek this top middle here, awaiting his imminent demise. And there it is. Slimmy puts the nail in the coffin that is Rush, and we're going to be seeing Complexity not go to relegation, as they have actually secured their way from any of that nonsense.
Yeah, they have, and they've kind of, well, yeah, with securing that, they've solidified Rush's spot in a relegation match. So now I think it's more down to whether or not Selfless or the Foundation or Rush are actually gonna, they're gonna duke it out as to who they get to play out of Enigma 6 and Ghost.
Well, it's if you're Complexity, you're saying, well, better you guys than us, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, no, definitely. Well, honestly, if you're Complexity, you're like, how the hell were we even near you on the table?
That's
because Rush was absolutely abysmal this game.
Absolutely abysmal. Well, I'm wondering if our analysts will echo the same sentiment. I know they've been standing by watching this game ever so intently.
Oh boy.
How did you know? How did you know?
I mean, that game was riveting. If that wasn't top-level Counter-Strike, yeah, I don't know what was,
I don't know, man. You never know. Well, as Stunna did say, with that match victory, Complexity have secured themselves a slot in Season 6 for the ESL Pro League, so congratulations to them. They will not have to worry about relegation at all with the result of that. And for Rush, as was also said, they've pretty much secured their fate with that loss there. So they are going to have to play against some of our up-and-coming Premier teams to be able to try and hold on to that slot, not get upset and knocked out of their position.
Gonna leave me with a question there, Blue, or just?
Well, no, just overall thoughts on that match. Anything different than what we saw in the last match?
You gotta ask me that, man. You just say they're not gonna go into relegation.
I mean,
and then
usually I just leave it to you when we're casting. Apparently, it's just different here.
Yeah, it's absolutely different.
Yeah, it's just much different environment. So, thoughts on that map? Much different than how we saw the first one play out, or pretty much the same?
No, pretty much the same thing. I mean, Rush was pretty abysmal. They did win a pistol round though, so got them a couple extra rounds, but it was nothing to brag about there for Rush. Crushed everywhere across the map. The mid game, the late game, the early game, nades, gun battles. I mean, just everything. It was just a mess.
Yeah, and we unfortunately don't have any replays from that match. What we do have is
we do have some fantastic analysis.
We do have some goats
and some goats who are on Legends.
We went and looked it up. While we were discussing.
Apparently, they're goats from the 1940s because it's black and white.
Well, no, apparently we just don't have a color. We just don't have a color printer here. So this was the best we could get, was just a black and white photo. So, with that said, the next match is going to be coming up here is going to be Cloud9 versus Team Liquid. Very hyped matchup and very important for those two teams as well. Definitely want to be focusing on that one. And of course, we're going to have a lot more of that when we do come back from the break, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a little bit longer than usual because we do have to wait for those teams to be ready. But in about 20 minutes, we'll be bringing that match to you. Stick with us. We'll have more right here from the ESL Pro League in just a little bit.